Is Gronk
players.
playing? Is Gronk playing? Do you know? Is Gronk playing yet?
Questionable, and that's all they're leaving it at.
I'm being serious. I don't know the word.
Because here's the thing: if you say and you give this out in enough time,
oh no, yeah, exactly. You don't want to reveal your player hand,
right? So
but I'm just curious if there's even update news on Gronk yet.
As far as I know, it's still questionable.
Okay, as of today, we're recording this on Thursday,
right?
So a little late for us, normal, but we're recording on Thursday. So if any news breaks out between now and Sunday, you know more than we do.
So my personal pick for this, and I have to go because I hate Tom Brady with a passion. Pretty boy Tom Brady and all his antics. I got to go with Philadelphia Eagles because I think they're hungry and they want this better than the Patriots.
What was brought to my attention is every Patriots Super Bowl, every one of them, even the ones they've lost to the Giants. I better keep punching that because I will always say that. But anyway, even the ones they lost, every Super Bowl they played in has been close. And I didn't realize this, that even in their wins, they've won by 6 or less points, which is crazy. Right. That's absolutely insane. Right. Didn't realize that. It shows how good Super Bowls have been in the last 10 years.
Well, when they played the Packers, it was a back-and-forth game. So, it's not been a blowout.
To beat. They're not impossible to beat.
Right.
That's the thing. And the Eagles have a defense. They have a really good defense.
Yes.
They wouldn't have destroyed the Vikings if they didn't.
Correct.
My whole thing here is it's hard to go against the Patriots because Brady is that good. Belichick is that good. Gronk is that good. And that defense is that good. They don't know how to die. They don't know how to die at all. They never do.
and here's the thing with the Patriots front line is, yes, they do protect Brady very well, but I expect the Eagles' defense to be that much better that they're going to go through that front line and they're going to put a hurt on Brady. At least that's what I would like to see happen. But, we'll see how it goes. Also,
unfortunately, to win this thing, though, unfortunately.
Well, here's the other thing,
the
too.
Patriots, for me, is like picking the Penguins in the Stanley Cup Finals, so it's hard. It's hard. It hurts.
And here's the other thing, and not taking anything away from Super Bowl, but security for the Super Bowl is going to be very, very tight.
Oh, it always is, though. It always is.
But they're also going to make sure that Tom Brady's jersey doesn't take a walk like it did last year.
That's funny. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So they even got security to make sure Tom Brady's jersey doesn't get lost or get misplaced or someone walks off with it.
All right, let's move on. When now we're at stories that happened after our last show. So everything here happened after our last show.
Okay.
First of all, this broke literally. We have a tendency of when we post shows up, news breaks. So this happened, and you believe it or not, this did happen after our last show. And that would be the XFL announcement. Vince McMahon announcing the XFL will return in 2020, a more family-friendly league, and they're not even going to hire people with DUIs. Your thoughts?
Holy cow. All I know is that, from what I understand reading the articles, that this is all going to be funded by Vince. Or
a group led by Vince. That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, and under what name is it again?
It's the XFL.
No, but
shit, I forgot. I know what you're talking about. Alpha Entertainment.
Right, which is a new division that Vince
he made himself.
Right.
It's not a division, it is a different company altogether from WWE.
So it's not coming out of money from the wrestling. This is something completely that basically he's sunk into for the XFL. Now, I've heard rumors that retired NFL players have been looking into playing for this, but no big names have been confirmed as of yet.
It's a weird situation because it's 2020. They have 2 years to figure this out.
Right.
They want to launch.
Right.
They want to launch the week after the Super Bowl in 2020. Week before the Super Bowl. Sorry, week before the Super Bowl during the Pro Bowl week.
Right.
This is a game because everyone's appetite for NFL is still going on, so this is a good day to launch. I get that 100%. I get it.
Got it.
But I don't understand why. Why do we need this? Why is the XFL a thing?
Well, here's the thing. From the first time they did this,
which was a fucking disaster.
Which was a total clusterfuck.
There's another question I have.
Go ahead.
Real fast. Why is everyone so excited about this? Does no one remember the first time? Does no one remember how bad it was?
Here's the thing. Because the way Vince had made his announcement with the media outlets, it seems like this is more promising than the first time they did it.
Disaster.
I understand that. And basically, NBC kind of put a lot of their money and resources into it, and it tanked. Now,
literally,
here's the thing:
you can't control a blimp crashing. You can't control that.
No,
you can't control you can control the power outage in that truck. That's one of the funniest stories of all time with that power outage in that truck during that game. But still,
the thing is, during the time when the first round of XFL win is NBC was a powerhouse network.
They just lost the NFL. For those who didn't see it, the XFL documentary is well done. By the way, the 2 for 30 XFL documentary was great. Right. But again, rewatch that documentary, people. Rewatch it. It didn't work the first time. Why do they think it's going to work a second time? I don't get it. Like, I know I was talking to the boss, David, about this.
Yeah.
And he's so uber excited. I'm like, why are you excited?
And here's the thing. The first go-around it showed promise, but I think when it came down to butting heads between Vince and NBC wanted to do it one way, Vince wanted to do another way, and they were butting heads, and that's why things kind of fell apart, because you didn't know.
And nobody watched it. That's why it fell apart. Nobody was watching the game. It was the worst. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Remember? Okay, I'm going to bring people back to 2001.
Go ahead.
Okay, I used to be obsessed with TV ratings. Obsessed with TV ratings.
Correct.
Okay, in 2001, I remember at the end of the year,
okay.
2001, the end of the year ratings came out in December.
Right.
And you know how the joke always used to be that everything would go, and then you have all the shows, and then you'd have everything that was on the CW and WB and UPN.
Right.
Except for like Seventh Heaven, Dawson's Creek, and Buffy.
Right.
Everything else would be in the bottom 10.
Right.
Well, then, this year's rating, I'll never forget this, was here is everything. Here's the bottom. Here is the WB and UPN. And at the very, very bottom, below, all the crap that UPN and WB outside Dawson's Creek, Seventh Heaven, and Buffy was on was the XFL, the worst rated show of the year. I don't get it.
I think, first of all, they hyped it up incorrectly. Because I think a lot of people, because Vince was behind this, they were looking at seeing maybe there'd be some future wrestling superstars that were playing in the league that basically, when the league was done as far as regular season, that he would pick up and use in the wrestling promotion.
I got what you're saying.
You know, and I think other people wanted to see it because of the cheerleaders. And
that's not going to happen this time.
You know,
they're not going to do the cheerleaders. They're not going to do gimmicks. They're not going to do any of that this time.
My whole thing is I think Vince jumped into this because football fans had, some time to wait before the season started, and arena football was really hot. So he brought this into the fold to kind of say, well, this is part regular football and part arena football. Now we've got another incarnation of XFL, and personally, I would like to see it succeed, but, I think it would be a better venue as arena football and give fans that alternative than the arena football you have now, and I think it would do better in that type of venue.
And even then, if you want to do outdoors, don't do the big stadiums again.
No.
Don't. Because I worked at Giant Stadium when this is all going on. And I worked XFL games. And they had a full staff. I don't know why they had a full staff for XFL games or us. Because when you're there, I worked at an empty section. Because there was literally 3 sections in Giant Stadium.
Okay.
Full. One section was free people. Free. Because those are the people that came in for like the Opie Anthony show.
Right.
And the XFL pregame stuff. Right. And that was one section. And then there was scattered fans in 2 other sections. And that was it. That is a 72,000 people stadium. And they filled up 1.5 sections. I'm like, come on.
I mean, granted, you have room for the equipment and the cameras and everything else, where you have one part of a section that's blocked off.
This isn't the WWE where you can pull that off.
Right. Right. And that's why I think when you had Vince behind it the first time, I think more people were expected to see something like Out of the Longest Yard, where you have no rules. They're out the window.
They did have rules. They did no rules, and then
Right.
nobody scored any points.
Right.
That was the problem.
Right, but the thing is, I think people wanted to see the rule book thrown out the window, and for these football players to basically go at it like gladiators and knock each other out. I think that's what they wanted to see, and when they didn't get that, they were disappointed.
Yeah. One more thing I have to say before we move on. Okay, and I know they were trying to say no WWE people involved. They have a performance center. In the performance center, they have a bunch of ex-football players. Is it smart to go to the performance center and see if they want to play? I was thinking about this. This never came up. I was just thinking about this recently. They're always saying like, we have these ex-NFL players that didn't make teams that came over here and they want to train. Like, would it look to them? Maybe you talk to them about playing? See what their record looks like, their history looks like? Do you think that would be a good idea? Or is that too tie in with the WWE?
That one's going to be a tough call.
Right? It's a good question, though.
Right, because here's the thing. Like I said, from what I hear, there are retired NFL players that want to go into this and give it their last farewell, last try, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, they've been coming into the Performance Center figuring, well, let me do this and see if I can make it on the roster. If you can make it on your own accolades, that's great. But if you're going to the Performance Center,
I don't know. It's a weird one.
You would think that there would be a separate training facility that basically doesn't utilize Performance Center. Maybe that'll happen down the road, or maybe the building hasn't been finished yet, or they haven't found a location. Interesting. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
That's true. So, okay, let's move on. I have some other sports news I got to hit real quickly.
I love the hockey.
In the hockey world, before we get to the Olympic stuff, Olympics is coming in next week. Next week we're talking Olympics. How crazy is that? Next week's show.
There you go.
But anyway, NHL, a couple big stories coming out of the NHL. Well, first of all, one's not on here. The Calgary Flames put Jaromir Jagr, the 45-year-old legend, on waivers. I couldn't believe it. They cut Jaromir Jagr.
Why?
Because he wasn't scoring any goals this year. And he has now left the NHL.
Altogether?
Altogether, and he is now playing for his team that he owns in the Czech Republic.
Well, there you get. That's it. Well,
like, what do you say to that? That's happening.
Well,
that's happening.
And here's the thing. For him having his glory days in NHL, and then for his team to basically come waivers because he wasn't scoring enough or scored hardly enough.
It's been the rough year. I love the guy, but he's kind of a shell for himself.
That's kind of like, okay, I'm going to take my puck and go home, and then I'll basically put it in my own team, and boo-boo, you can't do anything to me, NHL.
It's a weird situation. So that's that. Okay, moving on. Speaking of retirements, though, Mike Fisher, the captain of the Nashville Predators,
yes,
is coming out of retirement already and coming back to Nashville this season.
I heard, and I don't know if this can be confirmed, I heard that when Mike retired, Kerry took some time off to be with Mike. I also heard that basically Mr. Fisher wasn't handling retirement really well, and he went into a type of depression.
I didn't hear this.
Which Kerry has been helping him with. Now, whether this is his decision to come out of retirement or whether it was a decision made by both of them, I don't know. We probably won't get the full backstory yet until Mike comes back, but I know that when he retired, I think he retired too soon.
He retired. My whole thing was, when he retired, I understood it because they just won the Western Conference. They just lost in the finals.
Right.
And it hurt. It hurt everybody. It kind of stung.
Right.
It kind of bit, and nobody really wanted them to lose.
Correct.
But you lose, you live, you learn, you move on. Here's the situation. The Predators are still good. They're still a good team. They will make the playoffs again this year, and I think he wants his ring. I think that's what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
He wants his ring.
Definitely.
So that's what's going on.
Yeah, and my thing is he retired too soon, and I think he basically blamed himself for things that didn't go right, and he figured, well, I might as well retire because everyone's